Hey, Tumble Central families, it's Coach Tavia here. We are super bummed about the circumstances that have happened lately, and we miss your kiddos a ton. And we actually want to create some virtual lessons online that your kids can do at home so they stay active and they stay present in our program. I am here to talk about our rec cheer classes and what they can do at home for them and to remember their things that they've been learning. So for the past couple months, they have been learning little routines to present to you guys at the end of the season, which we don't know what date that is yet, especially since everything going on. But when we get more information about when that is, we'll let you know so they can perform these things for you. I'm going to talk about our 5 to 7 class and our 8 to 12 class about what they've been learning. For our 5 to 7 class, they have learned a little palm routine with some stunts and stuff like that in it. And then they are also learning a chant to present to you guys. So I'm going to go over those two things just in case they forgot. So for their little routine that they have been learning, I do not have the area for this right now, but if you don't either, I can show you the moderations for that. Before your kids do these, I would really encourage you to have them stretch. They should all know how to stretch. So far we have taught them, because we don't want anybody to be cold when they do these things because they can hurt their muscles or pull something. So make sure they stretch before they do any of this. For their first routine for our 5 to 7 class, they start here clean. They go 5, and they also have pom-poms. I might look a little funny without pom-poms, but this is what it is. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ruffle 1, 2, 3, 4. Clean 5, 6. High 7, 8. Head 1, 2. Hips 3, 4. Daggers 5, 6. Clean 7, 8. And then they're gonna throw their pom-poms and then get back to their spot. Then it is 5, 6, 7, 8. Clean. They yell stars as loud as they can. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shake 7, 8. I do not have room for a toe touch, but I'm going to do a T-jump, which resembles that. Clap. 1, 2, 3. T-jump 4. Clean. 5, 6, 7. They're going to yell chug. They are going to do a forward roll or a somersault and stand clean at the end. Then they are going to cross, open, and then blow a kiss. Then they go to a different formation that we have set up where they are doing a stunt sequence for you guys. I do not have the room for that, obviously, to show. Your kiddos have not had a set place of what their stunt is going to be, but they do know kind of what it's like. So they should know that. And then their chant that they just learned, they also have pom-poms with this. It is 5, 6, 7, 8. Go, go fight. That blue, silver, white. Clean, they repeat it. Go, go fight. That blue, silver, white. Clean. They also got taught last week how to rally. Rallying is when you are done with a chant or a routine that shows you're excited, shows you're done with it. The high school cheerleaders do this, and that is what we are building our kids up for, or all-star programs, which is where they run, they clap, they wave, they do a high kick. Whatever they want, it's all personal to them. That is theirs. So that is my 5 to 7-year-old class and what they should be doing at home for routine standpoint. My 8 to 12-year-old class, they already know their routine. Their routine is longer. It has a little bit more sequences in it, and they all know that. I am not going to show that today because they all know it. They're all super good. If they could practice it at home, both classes, that'd be fantastic. So when they get back, they're ready to go to learn more. For some challenges, we have some awesome challenges that we're going to present to you guys for our rec cheer program. So the first challenge, I got to take my phone with me. Okay, so I created a little blue square here for our first challenge, and what it is, everybody can do this, not only flyers, it can be for anybody involved. Make the square big enough to where their foot will fit in the square. Mine's a little small, but you can make it big to fit your foot, and they can practice their lips with Hy-Vee or Pretty Girl. They can switch their feet, do the opposite side. We want them working arabesques, where their foot is behind them straight, pointed toes, arms in a T motion. And we want to see how long they can hold that position without wobbling or tipping over. So they can hold a lip, they can switch, arabesques, whatever they like. heel stretches. Mine is definitely not as good as our little kiddos, but you can grab your foot up tall like this. That's a heel stretch on both sides. We have not taught them really scales or scorpions yet, but if they want to try those, you could always look those up on the internet. And that goes for both of our classes. Those are one of the challenges we are trying to do. And then our second challenge for all classes, we have this line. This line trying to represent a beam. We provide beams in our gym, a little one and a big one. And we've been trying to get our kids to learn how to cartwheel on them to try to get their body alignment straight. So that's another challenge they can do. I'll tilt it, which I'm not gonna do a cartwheel because I don't have the space. And if you don't have the space, that is totally fine. This is optional. This is just for fun, to keep them interacting. We always start our kids in a lunge where their front knee is bent, back knee is straight, arms to our ears, reaching for the sky. They are going to try to place their hands on the line, cartwheel around, and land their feet on a line back in our lunge position. So that is challenge number 2. Our third challenge for cheer, it is very, very, very important that they are flexible, especially to be a flyer or any of that kind of stuff. So I have a split challenge for you guys to try to get your splits flat on the ground. There is a right split, a left, and a middle split. I'm gonna show you how to stretch for those. Super easy, super simple. Don't need a lot of space. We can pigeon stretch. So pigeon, I'll turn this way so you can see me, is where they're on top of their leg, back leg is straight behind them. This is sinking in our hips, trying to get them really pushed down. Our second stretch, they're back on top of their foot, grabbing their leg, pulling it to their back, stretching on our hamstrings, nice and tight, and this can go on your right and left side. Next stretch is where we put our front foot forward, back leg is bent, and we're gonna try to reach for this foot as far as we can, try to reach past our feet if we can. And then our last stretch is where you're on top of your back foot, reaching down to that foot, just like this. Then once you have stretched all those things, about 10 to 15 seconds per stretch, you can slide right into those splits, trying to keep them flat. That is for our right split and that is for our left split. Our middles are different. Our middles, we are sitting in a straddle, okay? Pointed toes, knees are trying to face the back of the wall, not up, not forward, to the back. I do this with our little kids. We make sharks, and we're gonna go over to one side. So this is opening up this part of our body and stretching this part. About 10 to 15 seconds, switching over to the other side, 10 to 15 seconds. Then, the best one yet, reaching down the middle as far as you can go for 10 to 15 seconds, and then they're gonna roll on top of that split, trying to get it flat on the floor. So those are our 3 challenges. We also have a hashtag for you guys to use at home to post on your stories, Instagram, Facebook, that it is TCA at home learning. So hashtag TCA at home learning. We'd love if you could use that so we can repost and show off our kiddos and how great they're doing at home learning with us. So I really encourage you to use that. For tumbling at home, because we do add tumbling into our rec cheer program, because that is the basis of what you need for an all-star or a high school team, is I have about 4 or 5 different things you can do at home to progress your child's tumbling, if that's what they are wanting, which we really encourage it because that's what we are. We are Tumble Central. So our first thing you can do is one-handed cartwheels. One-handed cartwheels for our younger kids especially. They are all learning regular cartwheels. I'd love if they could learn one-handed cartwheels. They can try it on the line. That is perfect. Anything works. It is where, same thing as the cartwheel. We start in our lunge just like this, but the hand goes to the side, okay? Same hand, same foot goes to the floor. So here, when I go into my cartwheel, I'm going to kick my back leg, put this hand down, and that's where my one-handed cartwheel comes from, landing back in a lunge. Okay, that's our first thing that I would love for both of our classes to work on. And then the second thing is if you guys have stairs at home or like a little ledge that they could put their back bend off of. So if this is my hand and I'm in a bridge, so this is a back bend, if they could put their feet on the ledge with their kind of body hanging off, lift their foot up and bounce like this, That is great to work on their shoulders. So in a back bend, lift that leg and bounce. If you do not have a ledge or a stair, they can do this on the floor. I'm going to demonstrate that. It might be a little rough. I don't have much room, but I'm going to demonstrate it so you understand the concept. So they're going to get into a normal bridge, a normal back bend, however they get up. They are here. You're going to lift one leg to the sky and bounce off your bottom foot. Woo. Just like that. And also making sure they're keeping their arms straight. Leg in the air should be straight and pointed at all times. And then another one is same thing in a back bend, but instead of going up, we are going to work on going back and forth and back and forth to work for our shoulders, because in a back walkover, back handspring, anything, we really want to use our shoulders to the best of their abilities by stretching into them. So like I just showed, in a back bend, they're going to push through their toes onto their shoulders and back, onto their shoulders and back. And I'm also going to demonstrate that. Same thing, getting into a nice back bend, however they can, just like this. And they're going to rock and rock and rock. Coming down safely, nice and tight. And then our very last thing that they can do at home to help them with their tumbling, we did a handstand challenge in January where we worked our handstands a lot. We did a challenge online. We did a challenge in the gym where we want to progress our handstand because our handstand is the base of everything. So I'm going to show something they can do at home, which are called handstand shrugs, where again, we are using our shoulders. Our shoulders are very important for power. So you can use a door. Try to get something where there's no knickknacks, no signs, just in case your kids are taller where they can kick that. As me, I'm going to use my door because that's the best safe way to do this. I'm going into my lunge just as normal. I'm going to go into my handstand and I'm going to shrug my shoulders up and down. Just like if you were to tell your kid, what do you want for dinner? And they're like, I don't know, how they shrug their shoulders up and down. That's the same exact motion we are using for these handstands. So I'm going to show one more time, really up and down in those shoulders. They're in that nice tight lunge. Kicking up, feet together, shrug up and down, up and down. Kicking off, nice and tight, nice and clean. So those are the things that your kiddos can do at home that are tumbling wise, that are safe. You should or should not, if you do have enough area to do these things, trying to keep them safe. Then, thank you so much for watching these videos. We really hope they keep your kids active. We hope they have fun with this. And reminder of the hashtag TCA at home learning. Please use that. We'd love to see what your kids are doing on their time off. Stay healthy, wash your hands, stay safe. Thank you for watching.